Unleashed! Well, with all that, this integration should be easy. Grab a seat. Excited to start the integration process. Open your book to page 155. Take a sip of water. Grab a seat. How many of you feel like you're already fucking integrated at this point? Say aye. I think so too, but we'll just do this for good measure, and you're gonna enjoy this. Here's what we're gonna do. If you look at page 155, you'll see the steps that we're gonna go through. We're gonna do a process where you're gonna get together with 3 other people, including yourself. Group of 4, counting yourself, 3 plus yourself, group of 4 total. And you're going to get yourself in state, and you'll see this sheet has 5 elements on it. You're going to actually get in state, and at the very top, you're going to say I and your name, see, hear, feel, and know. And then you're going to do one of these statements. You'll do, for example, one of your power virtues. So if your power virtue, for example, was, let's say something like forgiveness. You could say, I, your name, see, hear, feel, and know that I am forgiving. Now there'll be 3 people listening, and their job is to give you feedback. So if they feel that what you've said, you really see it, you feel it, you hear it, you know it, and you're experiencing it, your job as the listeners is to snap your fist in the air and scream yes immediately. If you do not believe that person is 100% congruent to what they were just saying, you will say nothing. And no feedback is the ultimate feedback. Now the secret to this game is you've got to do it every single time. As the listener, you're going to get a chance probably to practice your mission statement, which is about being and doing or giving to people. And you're going to need to be in a great state, and you're going to need to focus on giving to these people completely your total attention. And some people are going to go and go, my name, see, hear, feel, know, I am forgiven. And when they do that, though, you cannot first tell them what they did poorly. You must find something they did well. Each person must first tell them something they did well. So the 3, when they're done, you're going to go, okay, what was great is you stepped forward. I felt like you were coming to me to deliver this message. And the second person might say, I felt your passion. And the third person saying, well, you were breathing. It was good shit, you were breathing, or whatever. You got to find something, right? Then, after all 3 people have given positive feedback, and why are we doing that first? Because if you tell somebody what you think is wrong, they'll never hear the positive, and we need them to find the positive. We can only build on success. How many follow? Say aye. And if you're not able to do this for someone else, I know you're not going to do it for yourself. And the biggest challenge is most of us tear ourselves down. We've got to find what happens right. Whenever I leave this room, my team will tell you, for 38 years, no exceptions, 3 or 4 in the morning, I get my creative team, we debrief the session. I start out with everything that was great. I capture it all, so I can build on it, so I can use it, so I can reinforce it. And then, what needs to improve? Every single session for 38 years, no existence, 0 limits, 0 not time it's been done. We got transcripts of it all for 38 years. The refinement is mind-boggling. But it's only because I can build on the success. If I just tore it down, it would be a disaster. And if you do that with other people, you're doing with whom? Yourself. So we're going to really enforce this, and we have a device designed to massively alter your physiology if you fail to give quality feedback first to the people there. And you do not want this device to be used on you. I'll just give you that piece of feedback. And so what will happen is after you give them the 3 great things, then you'll say, my hallucination is, because you don't really know. And then you'll say, my hallucination is that maybe if you breathed a little bit when you said forgiveness, it might be better. Or my hallucination is that you're still feeling a little unforgiving right now. So do you know someone who's forgiving? Yes. Imagine they took over your body and watched them be forgiven. Okay, feel that? Okay, let's do it again. So your job is to really give them quality feedback what they did well, then what could they improve, and be specific. Don't just go, I didn't get it. Right? You need to be specific. You know, when you said forgiving and you did this, take this in your face, something about that didn't feel forgiving. Perhaps you should relax that a little bit. Right? And then when they're ready, they'll get up and they'll do it again. And they'll say, I, my name, see, hear, feel, know that I am forgiven. And if you feel it this time, yes. And what will sometimes happen is now two people say yes and one will say no. We'll say nothing, which means no. So what do? What's wrong with you, bastard? No, they're going to be here. Now here's what's so beautiful about this game. It's totally and completely unfair. Isn't that awesome? Because then it's just like life. Because in life you can really feel something, but other people may misinterpret it. Is that true? Yes or no? But I'm here to tell you there is a state, and Melissa knows it on stage, when you own what you're experiencing so much that everyone will feel it. It's not, you don't have to try to convey it, it's that potent. And everyone in this room, I want you to experience that around the things that are most important you've decided. So we'll start with your power virtue when you do this. Who will go first is the person who's most certain that they can get it. Because we want to start with a role model that may be successful. And if you're not confident to start with, you shouldn't get up. Out of the group of four, whoever feels, I got this, they should get up, get ready. Everyone's going to be in a peak what? And you do not want to start until you make sure your team who's listening is in a peak state. And by the way, we're going to all be in this room doing this out loud. Can you imagine the volume? Can you imagine the chaos? That's deliberate. There are other rooms I could put you in. I want you to have to focus like crazy to see and hear and feel with all these distractions, only this person. And I want the person to be able to go so into state, it doesn't matter, bombs can be going off, they're owning it. It's by design. But each time you're going to have to make sure they're in state before you begin, because otherwise you could do the best communication, but if their antenna aren't up, they're not going to receive it. So you got to make sure they're in state, and most importantly, who do you have to make sure is in state before you start? Yourself. And it's not a state of trying. Okay, I'm going to give this a try. If it's a try, don't even speak. It's not going to work. You have to find a place yourself where you own that's who you are. Now that might be hard if you have something like, I am healthy, that's your aspiration, and you're not. You're 50 pounds overweight, you go, I am healthy. It's not going to work for some reason, right? So you're going to have to find a part of you that's healthy. Do we all have a part of us that's healthy? How many think there is a part? Say I. So, because if you can own that, you can take it to the rest of your body, the rest of the mind, the rest of your emotion, the rest of your life. So your team's designed to give you feedback, what you did well, give you their hallucination, what to improve. You all get back in state and you do it again. You keep doing it, you get it. When all three people go, yes, you're done, you all jump up, get a big hug, and the next person goes. Who will be the next person to go? The next person who is most what? Certain they can get it. So the person least certain will have multiple examples of coaching and watching, and it'll help them. And then when we go to the next one, which is the mission statement, that's bigger, right? There's more words, not just one word. This one's a bit more complex. So you don't go with the same first person. Who feels they know that mission statement, they own it? So it's not the same sequence. It's whoever feels they own it most. They'll get up, they'll do the mission statement. I, see, hear, feel, and know. By the way, could this phrase, I, see, hear, feel, and know, get in the way of their expression of their mission statement? Yes or no? Yes, that's why you need to do it again and again so it's in you. Why are we taking the time to say I, your name, see, hear, feel, and know? Why are we doing that? Because we want to take it into all our senses, deliberately and consciously. So in the beginning, you just have to get that phrase in you so you can actually feel it while you're doing it, so you can experience it. When somebody does a mission statement, if you all get it, you don't look at it, you don't vote. What do you think? What do you think? Because by that time, it's over. The way you respect that individual is you're in state, you're expecting to succeed, and you wait, and if it's there, it's yes. You don't look at anybody else, right? And then you see, if one person puts their hand up, all three, 0. And sometimes you'll get like 2 the first time, and then you'll try to change it, and the second time you only get 1. You're like, what the hell? But that's what happens when you're trying to improve something. Like playing golf, you try to play, let's say, for distance, and you get that down, and now you're trying to play for accuracy, and your distance gets screwed up. But if you keep on doing it, all of a sudden they'll come together. So don't be disheartened if your score goes up and then down amongst the people. It's part of the learning process to make it go. And then we're going to do one on one of your towards values. So whatever your towards value, you're going to put in front of it by the words I am, once again. And then we're going to go a little away from demonstration. How do we get rid of the away from? And I'll walk you through that. But I think the way I want to start this is the towards value is pretty easy. But I think what we ought to really do is maybe start out with a mission statement, because the mission statement takes a little bit more skill. So I got a question. Who in this room feels you own your mission statement so much you could get up right here, right now, and take the room? 2,800 people. How many feel like you could do it right now? Let me see. Okay, I know who I'm not going to get now because I know they're going to get it. So who here does not feel like you can get the whole room? Who are the rest of the fucking people? You're like, I'm not falling for this shit. Okay. I have a sensitive internal guider that gets me absolutely to find and get to the right place with the right person. Let me see if I can feel it.